Do a quick reading. Yeah, a few other people have said that to me this morning. They didn't know that was him on the rainbow at Jenna. He did. He created that all himself. He made up the name and everything. I know, he is. He is very creative. Page 633, 632, Psalm 109. Prayer for a person falsely accused. Psalm 108. Prayer for victory. That's a great one for today. Page 629. We'll start on an odd page. How about that? All right, we'll start on 628, I guess, an even page. Psalm 105, God's fidelity to the promise. Yeah, you know what else is funny is I found this old Minecraft book this morning. No, we never had really put much in this. You had drawn a couple pictures. This looks like it says Boo 9000 or something. Yeah, this is old because it has, I found my password I was looking for years ago to one of my emails. And also, we had written that down, Body Keeps Score. Wasn't that a book or something someone was talking about? Yeah. Kept writing 9,000 for some reason. But 100, I love you. The world. He must have been 8 or 9 doing this, because maybe 10 or 11. That's funny. But 100, I love you. TMT. I love. Interesting. All right, Psalm 105. Good, good. We're having a coffee. Cheers. Yes, hopefully. All we can do is hope and pray the proper authorities do what they're supposed to do. And that citizens and people within the system address the concerns we've been talking about for years. Yeah, forget about the mess and the chaos and death and destruction and massacres that have occurred along the way of them trying to prove themselves to be right. Many knowing it's wrong, but hey, they believe it, so carry on. Right, just like anything else. Disclosure, right? Hopefully. I think a lot of the good forces have been working together the best they can to try to bring forth those kind of understandings. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do that without getting attacked. People don't like the truth sometimes when they've believed other things for so long, and they've put trust and faith and beliefs, information, people, and then all that dissolves and they have to accept the truth. It can be difficult, so they'll deny those truths if they can. The facts and concerns of the vaccines, SSRIs, the child abuse, the fraud. Well, they didn't think it was fraud. They felt like they deserved it. You know, when you start getting into the grants and funding, you'll start to see how that goes. We can't even, it's so disturbing. It's pretty bad. So we're going to do some reading. 628, Psalm 105, God's fidelity to the promise. really good coffee. Give thanks to the Lord, invoke his name, make known among the peoples his deeds, sing praise, play music, proclaim all his wondrous deeds, glory in his holy name, rejoice. Oops. Gotta fix the curtain. One second. Oh, hold on one moment. This whole thing is gonna fall over. Glory in his holy name. Rejoice, O hearts that seek the Lord. Rely on the mighty Lord. Constantly seek his face. Recall the wondrous deeds he has done, his signs and his words of judgment. Your descendants of Abraham, his servant, offspring of Jacob, the chosen one. Wonderful deeds he has done. So many people aware what's righteous. I so attach one special. It's weird, isn't it, when you start getting into these, right? All they think they're an angel, they're evil. Okay, so that was an angelic thing to say. Nothing angelic could come out of their mouth. You know what? You're just evil. Do you see that that's evil? Yeah, I try to tell him. But your descendants of Abraham, his servant, offspring of Jacob, the chosen one. The Lord is our God, who rules the whole earth. He remembers forever his covenant, the pact imposed for 1,000 generations, which was made with Abraham, confirmed by oath to Isaac, and ratified as binding for Jacob, an everlasting covenant for Israel. To you I give the land of Canaan, your own allotted heritage. When they were few in number, an handful, and strangers there, wandering from nation to nation, from one kingdom to another, he let no one oppress them. For their sake he rebuked kings. Do not touch my anointed, to my prophets. Do not harm. Then he called down a famine on the land, destroyed the grain that sustained them. He had sent a man ahead of them, Joseph, sold as a slave. They shackled his feet with chains, collared his neck in iron, till his prediction came to pass, and the word of the Lord proved him true. The king sent and released him. The ruler of peoples set him free. He made him lord over his palace, ruler over his possessions, to instruct his princes by his word, to teach his elders wisdom. What's that? Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, kind of like the gas chambers. You lead them all, think they're going to have a shower, and douse them with gas. For whatever reason, that's pretty evil. I can imagine back in those days, they did it for survival. Well, we know that. They would eat the babies. Like some breeding grounds were specifically meant to produce food, babies. Yeah, they didn't have vegetation and animals and forestry. Right, so I mean, a lot of people grew to eating. Think of the desert land and what you would have to eat. Dirt, not much water. I mean, where did they get their hydration from? There must have been a river somewhere to go to. Yeah, I mean, a lot of places, I mean, still today, there are places people are venturing to that they wouldn't have not that long ago, just because of weather conditions, not having proper gear, just didn't exist, or it was way too expensive or risky. Yeah, it's a lot easier than it used to be for some, or it could be harder, depending, I guess. But yeah, I'm sure they used to lead them by flocks. Come this way, we'll protect you. Right, and then when they get there, they get them all fenced in and I know, and they would hold them prisoner and they'd take them one by one because they wouldn't want to kill them all at once. You don't want to destroy your food. So they would imprison them, take them out one by one. Right, and then oftentimes what was happening is people would start to learn what was happening, so they'd kill themselves. Though they're killing themselves. Right, so then they'd have to trick them and make them think, here, knit this. Keep them busy for a while, give them a job. Right, and then after they've used their slave labor for a while, now they're ready to eat, right? The meat's nice and tender, happier. Right, so to each their own. I mean, this was a long time ago, right? We don't do that anymore, right? Thank goodness we're not as barbaric as we used to be. I do. I really hope the proper authorities do what they're supposed to do to help these children. As you can see, a lot of the people that you would think, right, they know we're talking to them too. A lot of the ones, whether they were kids or adults, some were like 15, 16, remember? And some of the parents coming up from Texas telling us they were scared. And their children were getting told, yeah, get the Karen, non-vaxxer. Right, and they would start to look into it and go, okay, well, those people are part of a cartel family. Who's getting my kids involved? Trying to get a Karen. Well, we didn't know about any of that stuff, right? I know, it's stupid. They've been using the associations to the cartel since I was a kid to do their dumb investigations that usually just put more people in danger. Yeah, usually the innocent ones and the kids are the people that are getting scooped up and going to jail or locked up or killed, while the druggies and the junkies get away. I know a lot of them are in our politics now. It's great. Oh, they're getting them out. I think they've been getting them out pretty good. They've been doing a good job draining the swamp. Right, so a lot of those punks and people that they've sent after us that have already killed us and are fucking our children, that's what people don't get. So when like the idiots around here protecting them, oh, they're not doing nothing to me, oh, not teaching me any lessons, look at me, right? I know, they're idiots, as you can see, and they're protecting sluts and druggies that are protecting their drugs and dogs, and it's just this vicious circle of fucking idiots. Do you want shit or shit, left or the right? You can all fucking eat fucking dirt and die. Nasty fucking people. I really don't care. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, to those 1, 2, 3, yeah, for real, I'd fucking sell your businesses and get the fuck out. What you've been doing here in this town to people, yeah, wow. Sick, nasty activists, pieces of shit. Back in 2006, 7, 8, people were trying to tell them. And it's amazing how they managed to get a lot of the idiots on board doing the 7-Eleven stings and investigations, fucking each other over, moving away. Ha. They're getting away with it because people are angry, teaches them a lesson, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We got idiots down in Florida and Texas and California. Over the years, as you can see, different cycles. Depending on the cycle, some are in California, Texas, Florida. You can almost pinpoint it to those time frames of scams and frauds that we've seen cycle through here since the 90s. And we can go back to the 80s if you want to. Mr. Wilson! And I'm not Dennis. Mm-hmm. I hope so. I really, really hope so. Right. See how some of those people that really hate us, that are actually part of some of the get the care and get the non-vaxxer, and a lot of you jumped on board to help those fucking idiots and sluts and druggies. Yeah, they're the ones that could actually help these kids. If they actually knew the truth and how those idiots that they think they're working with and doing investigations with are drug deals or both. Yeah, if they actually woke up to how some of them were actually really, really, really fucking sick beyond your wildest imaginations, like the unspeakable abuse that you should not be okay with, and some of them are okay with it. That's what's disturbing, and we're trying to get other people to wake up to. Yeah, they deserve it, don't they? Them and their retarded children, huh? Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you. Right, if they actually woke up and addressed the truth, nothing personal, but when you understand what they're doing to those kids and the foreign and very much real and hoax channels. Hoax doesn't mean fake and not real. Do you understand that? It means it has a cloak. Well, it says it's a cop and it really is a cop. It just, right, we arrest officers all the time for doing stuff they shouldn't. Happens. It happens. Some do worse things than others. You hear of some doing petty things, like the ones, remember, they're going into the houses, the cartel houses, investigations, and they're pocketing freaking sunglasses and shit. She's freaking loaded up her cop car with their, a lot of stuff. I know, it's expensive. It's like easy money, right? Stupid. Some people are just stupid. Right, and then you have ones that have been arrested for murder. We have doctors that have gone to jail for fraud, embezzlement, killing their partners, misusing and abusing weapons or chemicals that they have access to, just like you, just like any 10-year-old. Awareness helps, doesn't it? Yeah. And it's easy to spot sickos and people doing things they shouldn't that are taking advantage of vulnerable people. It's really easy to spot them when you're aware. Mm-hmm. And some of them want to use you and abuse you, so you just got to be careful. Some of them want to be abused. They like it, Mikey. They like it. That's right. Yeah, amazing, huh? A lot of them have woken up, and as you can see, when they start to just address the facts and concerns, whether it be with the vaccines or SSRIs or some of these individual cases where it's like, you can't even, if you even whiff in that direction, they start to flip the fuck out, don't they? You might start to lose sponsors. They dig their claws in. Don't listen to those witches. Then Israel entered Egypt. Jacob lived in the land of Ham. God greatly increased his people, made them too many for their foes. He turned their hearts to hate his people, to treat his servants unfairly. He sent his servant Moses, Aaron, whom he had chosen. They worked his signs in Egypt and wonders in the land of Ham. He sent darkness, and it grew dark, but they rebelled against his word. He turned their waters into blood and killed all their fish. Their land swarmed with frogs, even the chambers of their kings. He spoke, and there came swarms of flies, gnats through all their country. Or you can imagine some truth to that. They'd bring in probably bags of stuff and release it into certain lands. Old form of gaslighting. They used to use cats too, because Egypt or people, they praise the cats, so they throw the cats at them. Right, it was like a form of warfare or something. He struck struck down their vines and fig trees, shattered the trees of their country. He spoke and the locusts came, grasshoppers without number. They devoured every plant in the land. They ravaged the crops of their fields. Bay of Pigs, right? Sugarcane fields. Were those ticks radioactive? It's so stupid when you really think about it, right? Yeah, keeps them busy though, doesn't it? While they get their supplies and feed their sick addictions. I know, when you really look at the simplicity behind the fucking stupid gaslighting and the stories, right, Martha? I know, it's amazing, isn't it? Sick and disgusting, actually, what we've been dealing with, and the ignorance and the level of immature, antagonistic pukes that have been protecting these punks, knowingly or unknowingly. Yeah, it's very disturbing to a lot of people. So hopefully, yeah, the proper authorities. You can't force people to address the facts and concerns, so. Right. I don't know, you gotta catch them. You gotta catch them, right? Walking in a winter wonderland. They devoured every plant in the land. They ravaged the crops of their fields. He struck down every firstborn in the land, the first fruits of all their vigor. He brought his people out, laden with silver and gold, no stragglers among the tribes. Egypt rejoiced when they left, for panic had seized them. He spread a cloud as a cover, and made a fire to light up the night. They asked, and he brought them quail. With bread from heaven he filled them. He split the rock, and water gushed forth. It flowed through the desert like a river. For he remembered his sacred word to Abraham his servant. He brought his people out with joy, his chosen ones with shouts of triumph. He gave them the lands of the nations, the wealth of the peoples to own, that they might keep his laws and observe his teachings. Hallelujah. Psalm 106, Israel's confession of sin. Hallelujah. Give thanks to the Lord who is good, who loves, endures forever, who can tell the mighty deeds of the Lord, proclaim in full God's praise. Happy those who do what is right, whose deeds are always just. Remember me, Lord, has your favor. Your people, come to me with your saving help, that I may see the prosperity of your chosen. Rejoice in the joy of your people, and glory with your heritage. We have sinned like our ancestors. We have done wrong and are guilty. Our ancestors in Egypt did not attend to your wonders. They did not remember your great love. They defied the Most High at the Red Sea, yet he saved them for his name's sake, to make his powers known. He roared at the Red Sea and it dried up. So to have that strength, knowing that to save the vulnerable, innocent people, it almost feels like you're helping the sickos too, right? The people who don't deserve it, that have done you wrong, right? Because to help one, you got to help them all, right? And you won't have it. You know, I'd rather let them all fucking burn than to even give them a hand up or any kind of forgiveness, right? So it's hard sometimes to brush that off and to be able to forgive, so you can help the vulnerable ones that are behind their fucking stupidity that they don't want to look at. It's pretty simple. Right. Our ancestors in Egypt did not attend your wonders. They did not remember your great love. They defied the Most High at the Red Sea, yet he saved them for his name's sake, to make his powers known. He roared at the Red Sea and it dried up. He led them through the deep as through the desert. He rescued them from the hostile hands, freed them from the power of the enemy. The waters covered their oppressors. Not one of them survived. Then they believed his words and sang songs of praise. But they soon forgot all he had done. They had no patience for his plan. In the desert they gave way to their cravings, tempted God in the wasteland. So he gave them what they asked and sent among them a wasting disease. In the camp they challenged Moses and Aaron, the Holy One of the Lord. The earth opened and swallowed Dathan. It closed on the followers of Abraham. Against that company the fire blazed. Flames consumed the wicked. At Horeb they fashioned a calf, worshipped a metal statue. They exchanged their glorious God for the image of a grass-eating bull. They forgot the God who saved them, who did great deeds in Egypt, amazing deeds in the land of Ham, fearsome deeds at the Red Sea. He would have decreed their destruction had not Moses, the chosen leader, withstood him in the breach to turn back his destroying anger. Next they despised the beautiful land. They did not believe the promise. In their tents they complained. They did not obey the Lord. So with a raised hand he swore to destroy them in the desert, to scatter their descendants among the nations, disperse them in a foreign land. They joined the rites of Baal, of Peor, ate food, sacrificed the dead gods. They provoked him by their actions, and a plague broke out among them. The Phinehas rose up to intervene, and the plague was brought to a halt. This was counted for him as a righteous deed for all generations to come. All the waters of Meribah, they angered God, and Moses suffered because of them. So they embittered his spirit, that rash words crossed his lips. And we'll pause there on page 631. You're welcome. We'll do more reading in a little bit. Kept it under 30. It's a beautiful sun. All right. Thank you.